Yeah, you see that cloud right there. This cloud's been following me since Vermont. It's making sure I don't get like a complete sunny view of anything.
Hi, Daddy.
It's about 7 a.m. I just left Uncle Johnny's hostel and had a good stay there. It was just a Nero. Yesterday I hiked about 4.5 miles. Checked into the hostel in the morning, caught the morning shuttle like I was trying to do, and got a ride into an area where there's McDonald's. Had some breakfast and coffee. There was also a Dunkin' Donuts. Had a couple of donuts, which I don't normally eat, but really enjoyed. And then went to Food City and did most of my resupply there. And then later on, the afternoon shuttle took us to a Walmart area and a few restaurants. So I had a Mexican restaurant dinner last night. Enjoyed that. So my pack is full, of course. I always pack out a lot of goodies after a town stop. Gives me motivation to hike out of the hostel area, which is a lot of times hard to leave. I had one of the best night's sleep I've had in a long time there. Not sure why. I think because I cranked the air conditioning down, so that room was extra chilly, and just relaxed. So I feel good. I feel rejuvenated. Next stop, probably 2.5 days up the trail, about 50 miles in the Roan Mountain area. And beyond that, probably a little over a week, is Damascus, and that is in Virginia. So I'm getting closer and closer to coming home. So trying to get about 17 to 20 miles in today, and looks like it's going to be a hot one. So onward. That's over my shoulder. Let's go. All right, the big climb today is going to take place this morning, and it's up to some peaks referred to as Beauty Spot, Unaka Mountain. I got 9 miles of hiking to get up there. I'm at about 1,800 feet elevation right now, and they are at about 4,400 feet elevation. So long gradual climb, and like I said, hopefully by lunchtime I'll get up there about 12:30 or 1, I think, and the temperatures are going to rise steadily up into the high 80s, I believe. So right now it's overcast and cool, so not bad, but still I can feel the perspiration coming on, the sweat. So that's par for the course right now, this time of year. So but once I hit the peak of Unaka mountain, the afternoon should be mostly downhill. I think, ups and downs, but majority of it will be downhill. And like I said, I'll either find a spot at a shelter or stealth site somewhere around 17 to 20 miles from the Uncle Johnny's hostel. So let's go onward. I'm standing atop what's called Beauty Spot. Hiked out of Uncle Johnny's near Irwin this morning, and it's pretty much a 360 view. Almost 360. There's some trees that block it, but I think, and this view, that's Unaka Mountain, I believe that's the next, and it's another 1,100 feet up from Beauty Spot. So I think I'm about 4,400 feet. It's about 11:30. It took all morning to get up here, so 4.5 hours. And yeah, you see that cloud right there. This cloud's been following me since Vermont. It's making sure I don't get like a complete sunny view of anything. Might be more than one cloud. I don't know if you call it a gaggle of clouds or a pack or a gang of clouds, but yeah, I recognize it. But mountains as far as the eye can see in almost every direction. So a lot of tent sites up here. You can tell people have had campfires. So pretty cool spot, and there's no bugs, which is a plus. It's almost lunchtime. There's nowhere to sit really up here, so I'm gonna look for a spot to sit and get some nutrition. Not quite a sunny day, mostly hazy, but definitely a beautiful spot. All right, onward. I just took a break at Beauty Spot Gap, which is the gap between the Beauty Spot peak and Unaka Mountain, which I'm starting to ascend now. It's about 1,000-foot climb or hike, and it should be the highest peak left today. And then it's all downhill until I find a camp spot. Probably about 7.5 more miles to go before I start thinking about putting a tent down. So it's been the only humans I have seen today. It's one trail runner, and she came up over the ridge at Beauty Spot when I was climbing up, and there was a trail maintenance crew about half an hour back. No other hikers, no day hikers, no section hikers. So it's been a pretty good day. It's been more overcast than I expected, but it's probably been no hotter than 72 degrees. Oh, never mind, 78. But reasonable. It feels good. So I'm going to get up and over Unaka Mountain, and I think my final destination is going to be right around Iron Mountain Gap, which is before Iron Mountain. And I think I can get some water. There's a shelter about 4.5 miles away from here. I grab some water there and walk it into Iron Mountain Gap, and maybe call it a day around 5 o'clock. So this is getting a little steeper, and I can't talk and breathe heavily at the same time. So I'm going to put this away and probably see you at the top. Onward!
There are all these dimensions, worlds, alternate realities, and they're all right on top of each other. It forks off into a new possibility. We wanted choices, chances. The movements would allow us to travel to a dimension permanently, stay there. We wanted a new life, a new world. To us, that was freedom.
I'm here with another installment of I'd Tent That. I'm on the descent on the north side of Unaka Mountain, and I really enjoyed that summit and the spruce fir forest up there. I'm still in a section of it on this descent, and I came across this awesome fire ring. It's actually a ring. And some great tent spots. So the fire ring right there is an excellent tent spot. Some shallow roots, and it does kind of tail off in that direction, but there is a flat section right there. Perfect, and it's beautiful up here. It's unlike any section that I've hiked since Georgia. And it reminds me of some of the trail sections up in New England, but it's, if this was at the end of my 20 miles, I would be right here. There's a water concern, so I have to walk in with some water, but flat, it's not so stealthy because it's right off the trail. And there's no view, but it's just, the surroundings are just absolutely beautiful. So I would tent that. All right, onward. That is Cherry Gap Shelter, and it's before 3 o'clock. I'm 17 miles in. I am not stopping yet. I think I'm going to stop about 4 miles down the road where there's seems to be word that there's a reliable piped spring with some tent sites around there. This shelter was full of caterpillars, so I'm going to skip it for now. Onward. Okay, end of day. It is 4:45. I think it's going to be about 21 miles. And I'm going to make this commentary short because there's a good chance thunderstorm's going to roll through here any minute. I did get my tent set up. I was going to go. In fact, I had started down the trail farther north, maybe a tenth of a mile. And I saw this stealth site. I thought I could go farther, but the weather was just too threatening. I didn't want to chance it. It was only going to be another half a mile. So I'm happy here. There's no water here, but I carried enough in for tonight's cooking and tomorrow's coffee if I want to. And then there's a spring about half a mile up. So it's supposed to rain all night. And there's a tree back here that is talking. And creaking, and I hope it's far enough away. I'm pretty sure it's plenty far away from me. There's a couple questionable branches, but not directly over my tent. But so 21 miles today, just past Iron Mountain Gap. Tomorrow, if the weather's good, Roan Mountain is the ascent and descent. And then the day after that, possibly stay at a bed and breakfast, Mountain Harbor bed and breakfast, but that's still 30 miles away. So I got plenty of food. I've been, replenished back at Uncle Johnny's in Irwin. So I'm stocked up. I could go past Roan Mountain, the town, and continue on, but I just might take a break. I don't know. All right, so we'll see if these thunderstorms materialize and have a nice, hopefully quiet night here at this unnamed, undocumented stealth site. But there's room for about, I'd say, another tent up here, flat spot. So you hear, it sounds like a door creaking. But anyway, that's way over there. Even if it was an entire tree to fall my way, it wouldn't reach me. No, it wouldn't. So, all right, Muffin and Button, I love you. Acorn Army, I love you too. See you next time.